Today's adventure brings us to Andover, New York, and this is the former asylum, also known as the Brick. Let's get started. The sanatorium was built as a house for a Dr. William W. Crandall back in 1876. It was built on West Greenwood Street, but before it could be ready for occupancy, a fire destroyed the building, evidently of incendiary origin, causing a great financial loss. He then built what is called the sanatorium. This is a 3-story brick building, very ornate, long, narrow windows, and ceilings close to 12 feet high. After Dr. Crandall's death in March 19, 1899, a D.B. Spalding made the exquisite place his home. Later, Reverend and Mrs. Eggleston purchased the building and made it into a sanatorium. Mrs. Eggleston was a nurse and took care of patients there. Due to Reverend Eggleston's ill health as a result from World War I, they sold the place to a Mr. and Mrs. Lynch from New Jersey, and they used it as a summer home. A few years later, Mrs. Eggleston got the property back and used it as a nursing home and maternity home. Later, Edward Atwood purchased the building and made it into apartments. Then Thomas Smith purchased the building and kept it as an apartment house. The building has been sold several times. So many years ago, my team, Western Door Paranormal, went in there and we did a paranormal investigation. It was kind of an eventful night. We didn't get too much in the way of evidence, but it was an interesting time, to say the least. So looking back on the video that I shot there, I do give a really good opening narrative about the history of the place, but then the video kind of goes right to the EVPs, and then the video pretty much ends. So I really wasn't happy with that, which necessitated this redo. So what I'm gonna do here is actually gonna showcase the inside of the place, room by room, top to the bottom, take you guys through a guided tour so you can get a look at the place this time. Also, we are gonna be here for like 4 hours. So I would be remiss if I didn't make attempts at some communication with the spirits that haunt this place. Now, it could be a who's who as far as the spirits that haunt this place. No one is exactly sure who haunts it. Seeing that it was a sanatorium, it could literally be anybody. And of course, the paranormal activity reported from this place here is exactly what you would expect. Full body apparitions, shadow people, lights flickering on and off, doors opening, closing on their own, cold spots, pretty much the usual that you would expect from a haunted location. Now, also, during Halloween time, the place is an active haunted attraction. So as we go through, you're gonna see definite evidence of that. So I did bring some of my equipment. I didn't bring the entire box because my paranormal investigations aren't exactly what they used to be. This is kind of on the rare side. So I do have my voice recorders, K2 meters, EMF detectors, cameras, and it's gonna be several different levels of investigation. I'm gonna set up static cams, and those are gonna be roving during the course of our time here. I'm gonna do some photography, I'm gonna do some EVP work, and then I'm gonna go back to filming and doing some actual attempts at communicating with the spirits that they say are here. So what I want to show you while we have daylight, like I said before, this place is a haunted attraction around Halloween time, and a lot of the things that they use are still actually on the outside of the place, and it's actually pretty cool. So I'm going to take you for a walk around it. Let's go check it out. Okay, now let's go take a stroll around this place. The place is actually pretty imposing. This should be a really interesting night. I like to describe the place as kind of a mini rolling hills, to be honest, because it did have like the retirees. There really isn't too much about it being an orphanage, but they had several different what would be considered inmates at the same time. And they definitely left their mark. And of course, these places become overcrowded fast, so that also leads to problems, at least back in those days. Now, as you can see here, the place is also known as the Brick. So when you look it up online, if you type in the Brick, Andover, New York, it usually brings you right to here, typically around Halloween time. But it is known as the brick because it's a large, imposing brick structure. Let's take a little stroll this way because there's some cool things I want to show you. It's kind of like a little walk around without the scare actors and in daylight. I'm gonna kind of, so when it's a haunted attraction, typically you guys, you would go through here into these little buildings, and the scare actors would definitely give you your money's worth. This is actually really cool. I mean, this is already cool. Look at this thing. It just makes me wonder how the spirits actually feel about it when it's an active running haunted attraction. They did a really good job. Now, this had my attention. This is cool. Look at this thing. This is awesome. Seriously? Now, I'm not interested in exactly walking through the maze here. Because I don't think the maze is going to take me to the actual backyard. Although I'm sure this whole thing is a part of it. There's usually a lot of lights, effects, smoke machines. But I want to definitely get into the backyard of the place and see that and show you guys this place. It's one of the things that didn't really manifest on the actual video, which was a shame, so I'm correcting all that right now. Get a little closer here. Now, when I was here years ago, there was none of this stuff here. It was just pretty much backyard. Looks like we can definitely go through here. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it looks like it's quite the attraction, for sure. Let's kind of go through here, I guess. This is definitely neat. This thing is cool. Kind of want one. Okay, that was seriously cool. Now it's time to go inside. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to get this tour going. So I'm going to point out I had them have all the lights on. And that's seriously important because like I said, this place was a haunted attraction around Halloween. And so basically it's very maze-like. So it's kind of easy to get turned around. So I'm going to try and keep that to a low roar while I'm walking us through this place. You're going to see a lot of things from when it's a haunted attraction. There's no scare actors here or anything like that. And it's not set up like a fun house, but just the remains of everything is still kind of around. It doesn't get taken down, which makes sense because that would be a massive undertaking. So you're going to see a lot of that. So it's going to be kind of like going through a haunted attraction without it being open, which in itself, that's going to be kind of cool. So I'm actually now in the basement. That's where I'm going to start things. That's what I think makes the most sense. I have 2 static cams going. I have one here in what's called the tiki room, and I have one upstairs in what's one of the main living areas. So hopefully we'll see if we can catch anything. So I'm going to try and do this whole thing in a couple of phases. The first thing I'm going to do is take us through the walkthrough through this place. Then I'm going to go through with my K2 meters, camera, and voice recorder going to see if I can catch any EVPs. Now, the room I'm standing in now is literally what's thought to have been the morgue, between this room here and the adjacent area where you'll see all the areas look like they're walled off. So can't think of a better place to start. Again, we're starting in a basement. This building has 3 floors, and I'm going to do my absolute best to take you from the basement here all the way up. Now I'm going to mention something. I don't know how well it's going to translate to the camera, but out in the back, it basically was a mass grave. Way out in the back, kind of where I have the car parked. There might still be some bodies out there, so I might do some photography out there to see if I can get any shadow people or orbs or any ecto, because shadow people have been seen out there. And when I was having some food out there waiting for the place to open up, I thought out of the corner of my eye I did see something like that. So without further ado, let's start the tour. Okay, so I'm going to kind of pull out of here. I'm going to do a quick turnaround here. And that is the area that was thought to have been the morgue. Okay, so we're going to go through, I'm going to show you there. And this is another area here that leads out to the backyard where the outside attractions are. And this is another area that may or may not have been a morgue. So I'm going to go this way. Basically the morgue, and there's like 3 or 4 hot spots in this place here. The morgue is one. Up by the area that was once known as the kitchen was one. The area where my static cam is, which seems to me like to either be a large apartment or a big living space, is one. And of course, a lot of stuff like that seems to happen outside. So I'm going to go ahead and just say this. If there's any spirits here which want to make themselves known to me while I'm doing this tour, please feel free to make yourself known. Say something and we'll have a chat. So we're going to go this way. Again, you're going to see a lot of remnants of when it's a haunted attraction. So I can see where it would be very easy to get spooked. And again, I had him have the lights on because being in the dark isn't overtly necessary for what we're doing here. And even when I try and do some communicating, it doesn't necessarily have to be dark. Again, this place is very maze-like, which could make it nice and easy not to get turned around. Just kind of follow the maze as if you were running this as you were doing it as as it was a haunted attraction here. Okay, we kind of came around. No, I didn't show this. Okay. Now, most of the rooms in here do report paranormal activity, some more than others. One of the rooms that gets a lot of attention is where I'm going now, where I actually have a static cam running, is what's known as the tiki room. This is where I did a lot of paranormal work when I was here years ago, and it was actually set up then much more like a tiki room. It actually had the tiki stuff. It was more like the tiki bar. Doesn't look so much like that now. Now, the lady that owned this before, when I was here, she wouldn't even come into this room. So, according to what they say, this is another hot spot, which is why I have my static cam running right there. Of course, my tripod's there, static cam is there because I couldn't get that to work in my favor, but such is life. So I think we actually have to go back out through there because that's the stairs of death. That's why it's kind of corned off. So what I'm thinking is that's when he said because they're kind of uneven. That's why they got the orange paint. So I think we have to actually go outside again where it says exit, which is convenient. And then kind of go around to the front door, I think.
Yeah.
So this will put us effectively on the first floor. There's a working piano. There's a doll from hell. All right, so we'll explore here a little bit before we go up to the second floor. I'm thinking, okay, let's go into here. So this, I remember this is one of the rooms that we stayed at a lot when we were investigating here years ago. It's called the kitchen. As you can see, it's basically set up like a ginormous meat locker. But it's also a very active room. It's one of the rooms I believe I want to do some communicating in. We were told a lot of the chain room, interesting stories about this because that there was some scare actors in here. And one of them would stay in this door here, in this little cubby, to wait for their time to come out and jump out at somebody. So it was a slow night, so she came out there, and there was like chains in there, so she came out to kind of wait. And then the chains that were in here just started going crazy. Mm-hmm. It was very hard to get her back in their room after that. I'm just grateful the lights are on.
Yeah. Some parts is cool. It's not lit.
Let me take a peek. I don't think we go in here. That's locked. So we're definitely going to get funneled out into this way. Into what's known as, well, effectively the spinning casket room. When it's a haunted attraction, folks would actually go into these things and get spun, which I wouldn't be able to do nowadays. So there's that. Tell you, this is pretty neat. The way it's done up for a small place.
It's not really that small, it's pretty big.
It's a decent size. No doubt. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm taking the tour, but any spirits want to come out and have a chat or just hang out with us, that's why we're here. Okay, it's just the other side of the spinning caskets. So we come around here.
All that time I wasn't recording?
They had one of my moments. All right, so we go through here. Come out into this mirror room. Yep, this is very likely where some scare actors would hang out and just come out and jump at somebody. Uh-huh. Yeah, I heard you.
I didn't see that one coming. I saw one through the thinking.
Okay, so this is really neat. This is like the subway station. Again, when I was here years ago, there was literally none of this.
This is actually cool too.
This is actually really neat. It's like you're actually in a subway. I guess they have like films behind this and it makes it seem like the train is going. I'm gonna go down through here. There isn't much back there. It kind of goes to a dead end, so we come through here.
Kind of tell me things. It's like a drop off for me.
It's a ramp.
It's a ramp, but I did not see it. They would have just had me rolling.
Okay, this is where we go through these curtains. Ah, okay.
We're back to
We're in the room where I was talking about the bell. Be nice if that would just go off on its own.
yeah. If there's anyone here,
Ring the bell.
ring the bell.
Again, Ralph still, there's a couple, there's Annabelle and Chelsea, Chucky. I almost did literally call it Chelsea.
Oh my goodness.
Main entrance.
I wish I had that one. Video.
Oh, I didn't see this. This is neat. The gigantic wolf's head. I bet this thing just kind of bursts out.
The first stop.
Oh, yeah, look in there.
Oh, you did do that.
Yeah, I didn't see that before. Now, this refrigerator, basically the portal to hell. So we just go through here. Again, this is neat all by itself. Uh-oh.
Which way did you go?
I'm in the refrigerator that's just closed all by itself.
That's not a good sign.
I mean, it probably just slammed shut because it is where this. There's a small little drop there. So we'll call this room Motel Hell. I kind of round the corner here because I think these are just another way upstairs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a look. Oh no, that's just where we came in at from there. That's just the little air cords. So I'm going to go this way. This is where we go upstairs to where the static cams are.
And you're not.
Has that creakiness of an old place too. It's really
It's
cool.
probably my knees. My knees creak.
So there's a spirit here named Dave that tends to want to steal things and play tricks on people and take gear and tools. Hopefully we don't experience that when it comes to my stuff. Oh yeah, I want to go this way because I want to grab a K2. Okay, this is where I have my second cam. Let's see if it's still going. Okay, good. But, okay, so there's been a serious power drain here.
Yeah?
I'm just gonna put this here. What I'm gonna do for the next leg of this tour, I'm gonna activate this bad boy. This is my ghost meter. It's not only gonna light up if I run into an EMF field, it's gonna make noise. So even if it's off camera, you hear it go off. It'll sound like this. All right, so let's keep on keeping on, shall we? Again, we're on the second floor, and this is actually a hot spot. This room here is why I chose to put the static cam there. Okay. I'm actually kind of following the arrows in reverse order. That's just another. This is the one that thought that might have been that lady's apartment. And this is where they were getting knocking and stuff. This is another room that's actually considered kind of a hot spot. They suspect that it might have been her bedroom. There we go through. Okay, here's up to the third floor. Third floor. Okay. Okay, so that's to my left, I believe, is ground zero. So we're gonna go this way. This is a room where I did a lot of investigating before also when we were here before, because I remember these tables. This is where they were saying it might have been Dave's bedroom or his master bedroom, because that's open up to a balcony. So we have to go that way. I remember because it was kind of narrow and squishy. I think we went this way. I think we pulled, yeah. Because we had to go through the clothes. Jason.
Is that Toby?
Yeah, because we had to push through the clothes, I remember. Okay, this is basically the giant cage where it probably had a werewolf or something. Okay, so the place is really, really cool. Now, we went through it up and down several times, giving you guys the tour and doing some photography. But the night seems to be quiet so far. Other than possible shadow person outside when I was eating food, getting ready to come in here, haven't had any personal experiences. Of course, I'm going to look through all the footage I got, all the pictures, and if I caught something, I'm going to share it with you guys. Now, kind of ran out of time. It's going to be a long drive home. So I'm not really going to go through attempting any communication here because that would take quite a while. When I do something like that, I want to, really grind into it and make it happen. But it is a Sunday night. Got to work in the morning. And so I want to get home at a reasonable time. So as far as EVPs go with the voice recorder and actually doing some communicating with the cameras going, I think I'm going to nix that part. Now, something odd did happen upstairs on the second floor with the first static cam. For whatever reason, it was just straight up turned off. Now, that's happened before investigating haunted locations. I have no explanation for that. It shouldn't have turned off because the camera I have here that's actually pointing at me is still going strong, and they were both set up exactly the same way. So I literally have no idea why the other camera was off. But that being said, it was a quiet night. I loved being here. This place is super cool, and if I had a chance, I would literally deep dive this place for hours. And who knows, maybe one day I'll be able to give that another shot. But with that, I think we're going to wrap up and call it a night. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when videos drop. And don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next time.